Hi, Cancer. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-January 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we in front of us, that's why I call it a bridge and a gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight, and that's where the bridge and the gap then comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. Also, keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel it's the other way around in your situation, definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Five of Staves. So this is Leo energy here. And what I'm getting from this is that the initial flirtation between the two of you, I feel like one of you was trying to be playful, but it just totally came across the wrong way, and the other person actually was offended by it. So if we look at the facial expressions of the two masculine energies, it looks like they're almost smiling, whereas the feminine energy looks a lot more serious. So I feel like that's primarily what that's pointing to, where the person came forward with good intentions with the flirtation, but it was just totally received the wrong way. And given what I'm seeing for the past energy on their side, we have the World. So I have the feeling that it was more than likely that they were the ones who tried to flirt with you and it came across the wrong way, because seeing this in the past position tells me that they actually saw a potential for the two of you to actually be in a long-term commitment. So I do feel like this is ultimately saying that it's more likely that they were the ones who tried to flirt with you and it might have come across the totally wrong way. Alright, in the present position we have Triumph. So this is actually the equivalent of the World card, which we see in the past on their side. So this says to me that at least now in the present, maybe you've actually come to realize that, maybe it was a misunderstanding between the two of you in the past. Not too surprising either when we think about that, we just had a Mercury retrograde recently, so it could have been during that time. But yeah, to me this says that ultimately now you do feel like you see the potential for this connection as well. Present energy on their side, we have the Seven of Swords. So if we look at the artwork here, it looks like this person just, looks disappointed. There's a bunch of swords around the table. So to me, this is saying that ultimately they might realize that they have that tendency sometimes to communicate in a way that pushes people away. So I feel like they're actually sitting in that disappointment of that, which to me says that it might be likely that even though now you are feeling a lot better about the connection, they might not realize that that's how you're feeling yet, and they might still feel like they shot themselves in the foot based on the way things went in the past. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the Six of Coins. So Six of Coins is Taurus energy and usually represents restoring balance, but what always stands out to me with this deck in particular, if we look at that facial expression, they definitely don't look too amused, right? Almost like the same energy we were talking about with the Five of Wands. And then we do see the person extending a pentacle here, right? So it looks like they already had three on their side. This person's taking one of their three and extending it to this person's side. So I feel like this is saying that they're still trying to make up for the way they came across toward you in the past. But it seems interesting because it seems like on one hand you totally do see the potential, but here it looks like you're still expecting them to do more to get things back on the right track between the two of you. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, so to me this represents kind of what we're seeing there, right? We see them extending the pentacle there. Here we see them throwing the coin there. So to me this is saying that they will make a practical effort to show you that they are serious, right? Because again, like I said, they might have come across as more playful and you might have almost perceived it as childish. So now I feel like this is saying that they are trying to show up in more practical ways to show you that they are serious about the connection with you. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Queen of Staves. So this is Aries energy here. So yeah, to me, ultimately, this does say that you do seem to have a strong attraction for this person, but maybe you actually feel like it's mixed with irritation sometimes too, right? So sometimes you might feel like, okay, yeah, I really do like this person, but other times they just might get under your skin, right? So it could be a bit of a roller coaster in that regard. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, if we look at the artwork here, we see there's a sword, and then it looks like there's a bunch of feathers resting on the sword. So to me, that says that, again, kind of what we were talking about, where they might come across the wrong way with their communication sometimes. So, for example, if you think about this person holding a sword, that might seem like a bit of a threatening gesture, but then to see that there's feathers sitting on them too shows you that, okay, yeah, even though they might come across one way, underneath it all, they're a lot more soft and inviting than you would think. All right, so we'll move on to the Oracle cards next, and first we'll see what we get from the Messages Love Oracle card deck. I did pre-shuffle this deck, but give it a few more shuffles, and we'll cut the deck and pull a card. All right, I'll put the deck down, and we'll take this card here and get this out of the way. Next, we'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle. Pre-shuffle this deck as well, but we'll give it a few more shuffles, cut the deck and pull a card. All right, we'll take this one, and we'll get this out of the way, and we'll take a look at the Messages of Love card first. If I could pick it up, there we go. All right, warning, it says don't dismiss the red flags here. So interesting, right? Because like I said, it does seem like this person is trying to come across genuinely, right? But maybe this is saying that when it says red flags, I don't necessarily view it as something too dangerous, but maybe more along the lines of, if one day you're feeling like, oh, this person annoys me, then the next day, oh, they're great, but then you're back to, okay, they're annoying me again. I feel like that's what it's primarily saying is a red flag there. Like, look, this just might be the dynamic of this connection where some days you might be hitting it off great, other days you might be at each other's throats, right? Well, not, literally, but, just as far as you might really annoy each other at times. So it could just be saying, okay, do you want that kind of roller coaster or do you want something more steady and stable? But see what the Wisdom Oracle adds to the mix. All right, we have round and round. Well, yeah, funny that we see that, right? Because we were just saying, if this is just a repetitive pattern where, oh, they annoy me, oh, they're great, I'm annoyed at them again. Could just be saying that this is just the cycle that might repeat in the dynamics in this connection. But see what it says in the book. All right, the relationship message says, are you wondering how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar? Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfectionist spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine, as you get to do things again, only differently this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? Because I feel like this is saying that maybe for some of you, you've gone through this type of connection with multiple people, right? Where, oh, one day you really like them, the next day they're annoying you, right? So it could just be saying maybe there's something greater to learn from that. And even within the dynamics with this person, maybe there's a way to improve the situation in that regard. Definitely an interesting one there, but hopefully that resonated for you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.